134 clues have come and gone, but 26 new ones are headed your way as part of this 10th episode of Disney 100 Jeopardy. Welcome in. As always, I am your host, Brian Perry, and as always, thanks so much for joining me. Over the first 9 episodes, we've covered all things Disney, from rides and attractions to Disney on Broadway, Disney snacks, and of course Disney lyrics. So I was thinking, maybe you missed a few categories, maybe you missed a few episodes. So I'm going to list every single category, all 45 of them, that we've powered through in the first 9 episodes in the description below. If you have been keeping track and playing along, you know what's coming next. It is the rules on your screen. There they are, and you know what I'm gonna say next. If you want to completely ignore these rules, pause the video and cheat a little, go right ahead. I won't tell anyone because I won't know you're doing so. We have powered through 45 categories in the first 9 episodes. It's time to add 5 more to that list, starting with last week's Final Jeopardy category. It was Disneyland history, all about the happiest place on Earth. Second category is princesses as kids. All those clues will focus on the scenes where you see some of your favorite princesses as kids, usually early in their movies. Third category, ducks, Disney ducks. Fourth is High School Musical. That's all about the original High School Musical film. And finally, it is a non-animal sidekicks. Everyone loves the cute little animal sidekicks that you see alongside a lot of your favorite princesses, but what about the non-animal sidekicks? Yeah, they're pretty cool too. So what say you grab your pen and paper if you're still living in the 90s and don't have a smartphone or a laptop or something and you want to use a pen and paper. Keep track of that score. Let's get things started with the cupcake round. It's the easiest round of the game, all 200-point clues. Here we go. We start with Disneyland history. The name of Disneyland's castle. We are looking for what is Sleeping Beauty Castle, ironically named Sleeping Beauty Castle 4 years before Sleeping Beauty ever came out. Disneyland opened in 55, Sleeping Beauty came out in 59. On to princesses as kids for 200. After her real mother picks up baby Rapunzel in Tangled's first scene, the king places this on her head. What is a crown? Yes, look how cute little Rapunzel looks with her crown. So cute. On to ducks now for 200. The number 1 duck, according to himself. Who is Donald, of course. Yes, Donald believes in himself so much that when he signs his autograph, he even signs it as number 1 sometimes. Next up, it's High School Musical for 200. The state in which the film takes place. We are looking for, where is New Mexico? New Mexico. And finally, in the cupcake round, it's non-animal sidekicks for 200. He has no skull or bones, but enjoys the occasional warm hug. Who is Olaf, of course?
I don't have a skull or bones.
Olaf is a pretty cool non-animal sidekick, I would say. So hopefully you did well in the cupcake round. 5 for 5, 4 for 5, 3 for 5, 2, 1, 0. I never even thought about 0 being an option. Hopefully it's not 0. Sorry if I offended you. Let's just move on, all right? It's the 400-point round now. Let's bump up the difficulty. We'll start with Disneyland history, of course. Disneyland was built on 160 acres of groves that grew this fruit. What are oranges, or oranges? Excuse me, part of my accent. Princesses as kids now for 400. King Fergus gifts this to baby Merida on her birthday. What are a bow and arrow? And that laid the footwork for Merida's impressive archery skills.
Draw all the way back now to your cheek. That's right. Keep both eyes open. And loose.
I missed.
Ducks for 400 now. Donald's three nephews. Who are Huey, Dewey, and Louie? Back to High School Musical now. The film's director. High School Musical and its sequels were directed by Disney Channel legend who is Kenny Ortega. And finally, Non-Animal Sidekicks for 400. The two who kidnapped Hercules. Who are Pain and Panic. Yes, they may have been hired guns, you could say, but they were the ones who physically kidnapped Hercules and then blew up the whole plan by not forcing him to drink the entire bottle and screwed everything up for Hades. It's the 600-point round now. Let's get things going with Disneyland history. Despite turning 30 this year, this is Disneyland Park's newest roller coaster. Disneyland Park in Anaheim is what we're talking about. The answer there is, what is Chip and Dale's Gadget Coaster, opened in 1993? Yes, that is Disneyland Park's newest coaster. Princesses as Kids for 600 now. In Frozen 1, little Anna asks little Elsa this question in order to get her to get out of bed and play. What is Do You Want to Build a Snowman?
Do you want to build a snowman?
Ducks, 600. Introduced in DuckTales, this pilot dresses like an old school aviator. Who is Launchpad McQuack? High School Musical for 6. In Stick to the Status Quo, Zeke reveals this to be his secret passion. What is baking?
I bake. What? I love to bake. Strudel, scones, even apple pandowdy.
What is baking? I'm gonna be honest. I saw High School Musical for the first time this year, and that scene is one of the most ridiculous and funniest scenes. Why are they so upset about his passion for baking? Look at this.
Someday, I hope to make the perfect creme brulee.
It's so funny. No, the anguish. That is so funny. Go rewatch that scene if you haven't seen it in a while. It's hilarious. Finally, Non-Animal Sidekicks finishes off our third round. It took Tadashi this number of tries to perfect Baymax. What is 84? 84 tries.
This is Tadashi Hamada, and this is the 84th test. What do you say, big guy?
Hello, I am Baymax, your personal healthcare companion.
It works!
It's actually not that bad considering how technologically advanced Baymax was. All right, we're more than halfway done. We're moving on to the 800-point round now. Things are about to get tougher. Disneyland history kicking it off. In 1956, the Disneyland Railroad added a train station to this area of the park, joining Main Street USA and Frontierland as stops along the ride's journey. The answer is Fantasyland. What is Fantasyland? But it is not the station that you know today that sits next to Toontown. No, the old Fantasyland station actually closed just a few years after debuting in order to build It's a Small World. And then Disney in the 80s added a station back there to accommodate people wanting to go to Videopolis, which then became the Fantasyland Theater. And also Tomorrowland got a station somewhere in there too. So 4 stations now. but when the ride opened, it only had 2, and Fantasyland was the third one added. Whew. Okay, moving on. It's Princesses as Kids for 800. Before baby Moana gets a new hairdo from the ocean, she protects this little animal from some aggressive birds. What is a turtle?
Shoo! Shoo!
Look at her go. Good job, Moana. Proud of you. Here's Ducks for 800. Captain of the Mighty Ducks. You know I had to do it. Had to include a Mighty Ducks question. He scored the championship-winning goal against the Hawks on a penalty shot in the franchise's first film. Who is Charlie Conway, number 96, the captain of the Mighty Ducks? High School Musical now for 8. The majority of Troy's singing voice in the original film is not credited to Zac Efron, but to this actor. We are looking for Drew Seeley. That's right, Drew Seeley is credited with the singing voice of one Troy Bolton, but don't worry, Zac came through big time in 2 and 3 and sang all by himself. Finally, it's Non-Animal Sidekicks for 8. Don't tell him you don't like his spinach puffs. Who is Kronk?
Want to know something else? I've never liked your spinach puffs. Never!
He was very proud of his spinach puffs. What can I say? I don't blame him. That was very offensive. I love that Yzma's so skinny that she goes right through this chandelier.
Strange. That usually works.
All right, on to the 1,000-point round now. Cue the music. Remember, all these clues are worth 1,000 points. Very valuable, but if you get them wrong, you lose 1,000 points. So answer with caution. Here we go with Disneyland history for $1,000. The year Disneyland converted to a pay-to-enter system rather than a pay-per-ride one. The year was 1982. What is 1982? That's when Disney said no more A, B, C, D, or E ticket attractions. Instead, here's a flat fee. Come on in and enjoy the rides as much as you want. Princesses as Kids, most difficult clue. Here we go. While helping her father cook, Tiana adds 3 shots of this ingredient to perfect their gumbo recipe. What is Tabasco? Tabasco.
Wait! Done.
Hit it hard with a couple of shots of Tabasco and it's the bee's knees. Now, can we...
No!
Ducks now for 1,000. First appearing in the 1970s via Marvel Comics, this anthropomorphic duck made brief cameos in Guardians of the Galaxy and Avengers Endgame. Who is Howard the Duck? Howard the Duck. High School Musical for 1,000. Despite wearing 10 in practice, Troy actually sports this number on his basketball jersey during games. That would be number 14. What is number 14? And it's the last clue on the board, Non-Animal Sidekicks for 1,000. When Genie meets Aladdin for the first time, he spots the magic carpet and calls it this nickname before asking for some tassel. Genie calls it Rugman. Who is or what is Rugman?
Oh, sorry, Cheetah. Hope I didn't singe the fur. Yo, Rugman. Haven't seen you in a few millennia. Give me some tassel. Yo, yo.
25 clues down. Hopefully you did very well, but as you know, if you've played the first 9 episodes, it all comes down to Final Jeopardy and how much you're willing to wager. First, you have to see the category, right? So let's check it out. The Final Jeopardy category for episode 10 is Voices. Voices. It's all about a voiceover artist for the Walt Disney Company. Make those wagers. Okay, time is up. If you wagered a lot, good luck. If you wagered a little, I respect that. Let's check out the clue for Final Jeopardy episode 10. The Duke of Weselton from Frozen and Duke Weaselton from Zootopia have more in common than just their names. They're both voiced by this actor, whose credits also stretch to the Star Wars universe. Good luck. And time is up. Oh boy, I hope you got it right. The correct answer in episode 10 of Disney 100 Jeopardy's Final Jeopardy category is... Who is Alan Tudyk? That's right, Alan is a very talented actor who's lended his voice for a number of Disney characters, including Duke Weselton and the Duke of Weaseltown, or Duke... did I mix those up? I don't remember. But anyway, he's also the voice of Hey Hey in Moana. That's right, they didn't get an actual chicken in studio. They used Alan for that. He is the voice of K2SO in Rogue One, a Star Wars story. And if you're wondering what he looks like, there he is as the pirate in Dodgeball, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. So that's going to do it for episode 10 of Disney 100 Jeopardy. 30,000 points, I believe, is the maximum. So if you got that, awesome, great job. Wear it on your sleeve, get a shirt. I'm not gonna pay for it, but get a shirt that says I got 30,000 points on Disney 100 Jeopardy, and let me know in the comments below. But if you cheated and did that, you can still let me know in the comments below. Just put an asterisk so that I know you're a cheater. Once again, that's gonna do it for this episode. If you like what you saw, be sure to subscribe. Click that bell icon. Hello, bell. Just so you're notified every time we come out with brand new videos. I've been your host, Brian Perry. Magic Final Four Villains Edition comes out Wednesday, and I'll see you on next Sunday for Disney 100 Jeopardy episode 11. Until then,
Bye-bye.